Hello, good morning. Today is July 24th. Thank you so much for taking time out of your life to watch a little bit of my life while I work on these old radios and this one in particular. So the microcontroller board here, I've replaced the tantalum capacitors that were here. So this board is ready, well, as ready as I can make it. So we're going to set this one aside, literally. And last time I attempted to operate this radio, something smoked. Now I can't remember. I think it's on a board underneath here. I think that's where it is. Flipping this up is not, this board is not the easiest thing to move around because of these cables. It looks like I can tip it up this way. There we are. So you get a look at the rest of the radio here. There's the burned resistor right there. So we need to find out what burned this resistor. There's one of those tantalum capacitors sitting right beside it. Anybody want to guess? A couple more here. So the only way to do this would be to drop this board out. Wow, this is soldered in here pretty good. It's got connectors here and here. This is a little jumper here, is what that is. This wire's soldered in, but this one's a jumper. That's soldered in. I have this connector hanging out here. The connector appears to be connected to these three terminals here. Seems to have nothing to do with the board. That's a little odd, isn't it? So we've got some terminals back here, and they're labeled C6, C7, C8. C9 is just a hole. And there's also C5, which is also a hole up here. What is this for? Am I missing a wire? I don't think so. It's like this whole little piece here. Nothing to do with the board. It's sitting right next to. Oh, this must plug into the board. Oh yeah, there we go. That's it. So this plugs in, and then these become, livened up by the board. Can I drop this out? Maybe I can and leave this connected. Because I can pull this. Well, I can pull this. And this is already pulled. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding it in. Down she comes. And then I can go after this resistor. Now, just because it's burned up there doesn't mean it's gone bad. I should really measure it. I also want to try to find that on the schematic, but phew. And then, again, tantalum capacitors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see. They're all different sizes too, it looks like. Well, maybe not. These might all be the same. And then there's a little one here. Some notations here, some handwritten stuff. It's A3, serial number 209. Something or other A7 at the bottom. Okay, well, I think what I can do is this is on a plug too. Oh, excellent! So the whole thing can be deplugged. Tell you what I should do. I should photograph this. Even though I'm shooting video of it, it's still handy to have photographs. Photograph time. Well, that was unusual. The power went out here. And suddenly I was plunged into darkness. It's pretty dark in my shop when the lights aren't on. So about an hour and a half has gone by, and the power's back on, obviously. And I've sorted out my computer, which got messed up during that. Okay, what was I doing? I think I was basically getting ready to take this board out. It has to come out anyway for me to deal with this resistor, which I have not measured yet. Have I? Have I measured that? Because, you know, just because it's been cooked, especially if it's a wire wound one, it could still be perfectly fine. So the color bands on here, you know, of course they've been cooked, but it looks like brown, black, brown. Should be very, very low resistance. You need a lot of current to heat that guy up. Let's see what we get. And it's in the circuit too. So, and I you know, I cannot find a matching circuit diagram. That's so far anyway. Well, it certainly is low resistance, so it's not burned open. Okay. .2 ohms. 3 ohms. Sure looks like brown. Well, you know, it could be orange. Could be orange, black. Could be almost anything. Could be anything I want it to be. The thing is, it's not shorted out. So it has not burned open, which is what you would expect to have happen with a resistor. So what that would really suggest is, I mean, just as a wild guess, this capacitor is shorted. Let's get the ohm meter back out. One ohm. Let's put the leads together. Look at that. So I'm measuring it dead short on this capacitor here. See, I wonder if you just go around, just check these things all over the place. 49 ohms? That doesn't make sense either, does it? This one appears to be open, but I've got this on 600 ohms. Let's put it up on, let's say 60K. I think brand new, these things would measure, you know, millions of ohms. 20K. Whoops. Whoops. So they're tricky to measure here. 20K. It just, you know, doesn't sound good either. Of course, it's in the circuit. It's in a circuit. Let's try this one. I think if we see a 0, we can be pretty suspicious, but everything else can't really be sure about. No. There's a big one down here. 20 again. That's kind of weird. 2 of them test 20. Well, the tests are only so, you know, they're not terribly valid because these things are in the circuit. There's a bunch more on this board here. 14 I saw. No. That was probably a charging up the capacitor, so that one seems okay. I mean, it doesn't seem to be shorted. That's about the most I can say with this test. Anybody shorted? Look at that one. So that's 500 ohms. Again, in the circuit, so I shouldn't really be. I shouldn't be thinking so hard. A 0 is the only thing that indicates something. Well, we got a 0 where it counts, actually, on this one here. Yeah. So this board has to come out. It must come out. Okay, let's pull off these plugs here. So very easy to come off. Did I say they're easy to come off? I think I said that. There we go. Exactly the same. They're labeled W4P something 1A3J21, jumper 21. This one's got a long A3W2, which is a long name on them. Okay, now this one down here. There we go. Oh, baby. Okay, that's free except for the screws. So I'll take the screws out and see what we got. Okay, screws are out. Here he comes. Okay, no surprises on the back. Like there's no corrosion here. This is all bubbled up. I wonder about that. Anything unusual here? Nope. Well, it looks pretty normal to me. Okay, so the burned up part is here, or the overheated part is here. You can see more clearly now. It sure looks like brown, black, brown. If it were a brown, black, brown, then that would be a 100 ohm resistor measuring 3, which doesn't make sense. If it were orange, black, and then something, unless that next one's black, I mean, this is a higher resistance. This is not making sense at 3. And good grief, I don't think I have a valid schematic for this. RACAL. PMC is probably the company that made this board. I don't know. 7944 and 94V1. Whatever all that means. And here we have A3, serial number 209. All the serial numbers are around 200 in this radio, which gives you a hint as to what its true serial number was. Somewhere around 200. And my understanding is they only made about 200 of these radios in the United States, where this one was made. But I don't know the number for sure. So this would be among the last ones coming out. So I think the name of the game here is pretty straightforward. I got to replace these, this, and wasn't there was another little one over here and one here. There's about 5 of them in there. Nothing else looks bad. Everything else looks good. Nothing else looks cooked or overheated. Some diodes right in here. Unusual looking diodes. Okay, that's the game. So today I'm done. Tomorrow I'll see if I can start with these parts already replaced on the board, and we'll move on to the next thing. I think, did I? You see, I got the big board over here that's out. This has got to be the main radio board. I think. I don't really know though. It's got things like this on it. Can you operate? Like, why have I got it out here? I don't remember why I took it out so long ago. We'll worry about that. We'll worry about crossing the bridge when we get to it. Okay, that's my next step. Change a few more capacitors. Thanks a lot for watching today, and see ya. Have a great day.